Uh, Thank you for make it, but Tony Robbins here, and I'd like to tell you a story. Story behind the wall. This happened in my bedroom, and I put my water into some places to put the water behind my back, and then I did something wrong with my my right hand. Or yeah, his right hand, and I poured some water, but I poured it behind my back, and I don't know if that's really correlated with what really happened back then, and it has something to do with my brain, and probably my brain or my brain cell itself. And one of my friend named Gal, um, I just recently talked to him and asking him if there is something wrong with it, but he actually said there is nothing wrong with it, but I'm completely confused about what really happened behind the walls. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick when I provide this my phone and I say something clearly, and the water just being put behind my back, and I just put it behind my back, and then did something with my right hand. I mean right arm, and my veins on my right hand feels wrong, and I completely observe what really happened with it. But I don't really know if I actually observe it, but I actually end up taking a bath faster than before and start thinking if there is something really wrong with it. So I get up from the bathroom and I start walking out to the grass near the complex around my house. You know what happened next? I just have my mind really bit clear up, and I just being run around the houses, the empty houses and the grass on it. And I feel some vintage effect that actually often happened back in 1964. And I just keep walking around it and find a sewer. I used to drink water on it. It's not a sewer, of course. It's the fresh water I drink. And then I meet someone. Yeah, someone named Ferd. Ferd is one of my teacher when I was in elementary school, and he's never really talked about him as a teacher, but more like most likely he never talked about himself as well. He just talking if he really needs to talk about it. He's quite narcissistic, if I really remember, but actually he's kind of soft and well spoken, being generous in heart, and almost never being honest. I mean the opposite one. He always being honest and almost never lie. Almost. That means he sometimes talk behind my back with Kel, one of my friends. And I see that what I'm doing with this storytelling affecting with my brain. One of the cells, I mean, the, the brain cells, and has nothing to do with it. I mean, something what really burns in me. And then Ferd jumped into the water, and he drinks the whole water because he almost really open up with his every beginning on his chair, and he just really obscured with it without really thinking about it. And then after that, Kel and me often being obscured about it, and try to help her to raise his hand, but then that Kel searching some plant for me, and then he said, Tony, I don't think he should really help him. Let him get back on here by himself. I've been confused and then told him back. Do you sure about that? I mean, he's very young, and his hand is really strong enough to pull himself up. No, Tony, don't really care about him. I mean, he's 7 years old. He's 7 years older than us. How should we really help him? And then I start thinking. The devil start talking in my brain and say, Well, I think that's completely true. We shouldn't really help him actually. And then we both get away with it, leaving Ferd behind. So he really died. No one really helps him. And then we found another friend named Valence. Valence is my friend from high school, and we get along pretty well. But he doesn't really know who Galen is. But we get to the same college, and we never really get along pretty well. Right after I pour some water in her face, I mean his face. But we get along pretty well and have some jobs together. The first thing I want to do with him is getting a job because I don't really know what he really wants to do with his life, and I feel so little bit pity with him. And we both share some weakness and power, while I'm really like to do things very quickly and right way. Instead of him, he he doesn't really have some initiative to do something right, but he actually really needs me to help him back. So, so I really help him. We share some weakness and power. My power I can think really fast while he's not, and he doesn't really like to help himself. But his power is being calm myself down, and being happy with it, with every job we have, and I appreciate myself. So we really appreciate ourselves to get along pretty well with one of my friends named Tristan. Tristan is one of us. We get a job in an accountant, as accountant in the public accountant. We did three of us, and we get along pretty well with him. And the third just being done on the silver, and we don't know what happened next. Thank you.